This is the Hyperfocus Hustle podcast. We're so glad you could join us as we dive into the intersection of entrepreneurship, ADHD, and the different ways it affects how we do business.
That's coming.
And so now we're back for episode 2.
Episode 2. And episode 2 today, this is about Zach here because in the first one it was all me. That wasn't really the plan. The plan was to just kind of back and forth it and just see what happens. Granted, we didn't have a plan, so that's why episode 1 was as weird as it was.
No, but get this. So we have our notes here.
Yeah.
Last time we had our notes.
Yep.
Screw the notes.
Yeah, we didn't listen to the notes.
No. This time,
Yeah.
I spent some time and just brain dumped
Yeah.
onto the whiteboard.
Yeah. And then I
Because-
take a picture and I put it on my iPad and then I have my fancy pencil and I pull up the notes app and we come in and we cross them out as we go.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so today for episode 2, I will dump some words.
Zach's going to dump. Zach's going to talk about who he is, what he does, and how he got here today. Where do you want to start? According to the notes here, we're starting at right now. What do you do? Wait, who are you, first and foremost? What's your name again?
Zach.
Zach. Mm-hmm. Zach. All right, Zach, what is it that you do?
So I'm a videographer. I also photographer occasion, but mainly videos. It would be cool to do cinematography down the road, but I didn't go to school for any of this. It's all just trial and error.
Really?
And I just really enjoy doing it. And also the internet has a lot of resources.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, we'll get to how it all got started. But right now.
Yeah, right now, what is it that you're doing today? How are you creating income today?
So I own my own company called ZK Productions, and I specialize in personalized content creation for businesses on their social medias. So what that means is I go on a weekly basis to certain companies, certain shops mainly, and I help them create content so that they can connect with their audience. So personalized, get their personality, get their connection, like how we're talking here, but except try and do that through social media to get more folks in their doors.
Nice.
Because there's really no real revenue in social media. But
I mean, there is.
a little bit, but there's more sustainable revenue with actual people coming through your doors.
For sure.
So that's what I do. From those notes there, the companies that I currently create content for, Just a Dent, to leave on, sup dude. Also Jay the Rap Specialist, sup dude. But both of those are completely different in how I shoot them. So Just a Dent is all 1-minute clips. So we will shoot him doing a repair, and then that repair will get probably 2 to 3 separate videos of the repair, but also Levon's very good at talking and explaining things, and it's all about PDR, paintless dent repair. And so from there, I can get a couple clips that are extra that I can throw in between, so that I'm not just flooding his social media every day with redundancy. But he's very entertaining. We
That's nice.
chop
He
it down
is,
to 1 minute.
He is pretty entertaining.
Yes.
I do enjoy it.
So that's what I do for him. Now, Jay the Rap Specialist, I do his YouTube videos. So longer format, horizontal, and really get some more documentary style storylines, that sort of things.
More of like a day in the life type of stuff.
Yes. So it is a little bit harder to, I wouldn't say harder, a little bit more challenging because you'd have to come up with kind of a concept. You can't just really show up and start shooting.
Yeah.
You can, but we have to have a direction before we start. So with him, we're usually a video or 2 ahead. So if we're filming 1 week, we already have videos from last week, and we're shooting for next week. So that's how we keep the rotation going. Recently, I did pick up Rising Sun Karate and Boxing, which has been one that has been in the works for a while. There's been multiple delays with that, but I've been really excited to do that one because I grew up doing martial arts and stuff like that. So this one's very near and dear to my heart. It's also very challenging because there's a lot going on. It's usually about 5 hours worth of shooting, so we get tons and tons of footage, but anywhere from, the little people, little kids, all the way up to, adults and black belts and doing their cool stuff. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of footage, so it takes a while to get through. Oh yeah, I have Klein reps. I just post for them. So they send me their pictures, their videos. I then edit them, and then I put them on their social media. Nice and easy. Super nice
That's
people.
Really, so they're just giving you content, and you're getting it out there for them.
Correct.
I've always thought that's a good approach, because there's so many businesses that would rather just focus on doing what they're supposed to do. Social media is kind of the back burner for them because they don't see it as something that's important. Our light just died.
It probably overheated.
Already? Jeez. But yeah, that's a cool concept there.
Yeah.
Because you can approach that so many different ways in so many different industries.
Yeah, because Matt, he'll send me, I get photos from every morning.
It's nice.
What they did the next day or what they just completed, because Matt gets there stupid early every morning.
Yeah, like
so
5 or 6 a.m. or something. It's crazy.
So
He'll call me at 10, hey, where you at? Where were you at, man?
Been
bro, I'm barely starting the day, man. Relax.
So he just sends it to me, and then I post it as I get it. Yeah, and then I've done a few real estate things. I have some weddings booked. I don't really do weddings too often.
What's wrong with weddings?
There's nothing really wrong with them. I think within the photo video space, it's kind of hard to get into. Also, I would like to do it a certain way, but I don't have the equipment in order to pull it off the way that I would like to. I get really picky like that.
Yeah.
But also I have so much, I hear that rain. But I have so much business and clients through the content creation that I don't necessarily need to do weddings. Now, I do have a wedding booked for later this year, but it's friends of mine that like my style, so it's going to be very easy to just hop in and get creative. Not like I'm taking a bunch of abstract photos or anything, but I can really have a good time and not stress.
Yeah.
So
not stress because they already know what they want from you.
Right. Another thing is when you do weddings, for me it can be kind of stressful because I'm trying to, of course, impress my clients, but they're looking for certain things, and that can get a little stressful. But then it's that's just the name of the game.
And then they have I'm sure there's certain styles of shots that you have to get. It's like you have to do that because it's just a wedding. That's just what they expect. Everyone needs that little mantle picture, little picture to put up on the mantle.
Oh yeah.
Of them walking down the aisle right after they kiss.
I got one of those. But yeah, that's what I do now. There's some stuff I do on the side. Sometimes I help you with disassemblies with R&R.
Correct.
And also Andrew. I've Chick-fil-A cars and maybe some vinyl removals.
Those Chick-fil-A's, man. We hit those Chick-fil-A's hard.
Yeah. So if you guys see the Chick-fil-A delivery vehicles running around.
Yeah, we did 30 something of them in 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks or something.
Is he still doing them?
I think so. I think he's got more right now. Actually, he's been out of town lately. Yeah.
Vinyl stuff is always fun. But then,
hey, don't do that. Don't hit the mic.
See, that's why I wanted to switch this around.
I get it now.
Anyways, but the reason why I don't just try and pick up the big ticket, I would love some big ticket stuff, not gonna lie. But for now, the more sustainable is to have weekly reoccurring payments from clients.
As opposed to the one hits.
As opposed to
selling yourself as a photographer, finding a general customer. You're looking for clients. You're not looking for customers.
Correct. Clients. Instead of one hit customers and send them their stuff and then
thanks.
Might be a repeat customer.
How many times you get married?
Correct.
It's a very vague answer.
That was a bad time to pause.
Yeah.
So that's where I have chose to fit in within the video space. I would love to do more creative stuff. That's where I do some of my own stuff on the side. Good night, this thing's in the way. But yeah, I've done stuff on the side. Like I did that little short series with Jaden's car, which was a lot of fun. It turned out great.
Yeah.
I'd like to show those off a lot.
Yeah.
But I need to do more of that. I have a couple ideas that I want to do, but these guys have me pretty tied up. These guys have me busy a lot, because if I'm not shooting with them, then I'm editing.
Yeah.
And I haven't fully perfected my editing speed. I get distracted very easily.
You gotta get somewhere. You gotta go somewhere. You just gotta have a place to be.
Now, when I am editing at home, it's very comfortable. I'm on the couch.
100% is comfortable, and that's the issue.
I put the laptop right here.
Yeah.
And then I edit like this.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting up like this, it's actually like a little bit harder.
Yeah,
I'm just being
so.
I'm just being a diva.
Yeah, it sounds very diva-ish. I'm a firm believer, especially for us ADHDers. We gotta go somewhere. We gotta just have a place, because if we don't, man, that house is too comfy, man. You get way too comfy, and then you're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah, I need a snack, and then you spend 30 minutes in the kitchen, just hanging out, looking in the pantry 6 times. You already know what's in there, but you're going back and looking again anyway.
That sounds exactly how my editing went last
night. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. And you'll get it done for sure.
I need a snack.
Yeah, you'll get it done. But it's just like, if you were to put yourself somewhere that would make you seem, kind of make it seem like a job, because it is a job.
Oh yeah.
Right? If you make it seem like a job, then it would be more like a job. You'd be more inclined to do it. So I mean, that's why I have my office space. Yeah. I don't use it a lot, but when I do need to get something done, I'm going to the office. Just period, because I cannot be at home. It just doesn't work. I'm too comfy. I'll stop. I'll start playing PlayStation or something. I'll put my Switch out. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I don't go that far.
Kid will start running over. He wants a snack. Right now, like snack, like the word for snack is cookie. So he'll just like walk over with random stuff. He'll pull a random item out the pantry, like seasoning, and run over and say, cookie! And he wants me to open it for him so he can eat it. But yeah, I can't do it. You got to get out of there, man.
I'd go to the Starbucks occasionally. I try and hit a few Starbucks.
Starbucks works, but Starbucks has crappy internet sometimes.
The worst.
Yeah, sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's you know who else has really good internet and that no one talks about? What? Lowe's, dude.
What?
Lowe's. Like, when I was over the road, dude, I'd stop at random Lowe's parking lots because I would get better signal at Lowe's than I would at Starbucks using their public Wi-Fi. I'm just saying. It's not the coolest space,
Lowe's.
But like, if you just like got to stop real quick and send something to somebody, like, there's a Lowe's nearby, pull in that Lowe's parking lot, dude.
Way to go, Lowe's. Yeah. Cheers to Lowe's. Anyways, that's what I do now. That's what I've been doing. And that's what I continue to do until something else comes up, I guess.
Where did your love for video creation come from? Where does that stem from? Man. Because you don't just like one day decide like videos are cool.
So my mom's been into photography for a long time.
Yeah.
She claims that she got me into it. So because it's my mother, I'll give her that one. Sure. But also, so I worked for the church for a while, but doing audiovisual stuff. So like the live sound, live videos, programming, and setting up, tearing down. So I was always into all the tech stuff. Then one of the video guys at the church. So when I was a teenager, one of the video guys at the church, his name is Toby Canning, and the way he does his videos got me hooked. I wanted to do videos like him. He's actually a very successful director of photography and all kinds of titles, and I don't want to say anymore because I don't want to like screw up any of his titles.
I got you.
But very good work. I look up to him quite a bit. He does very, very good work. He actually did a music video for the band I was in back in the day.
Nice.
When he was in school for that, because he's legit.
Yeah.
He had to do a class project, and so he did a music video for us. It's pretty
Nice.
legit.
What instrument you play?
I played the bass.
Nice.
Slappa the bass.
Slappa the bass.
Oh, I actually got to do, so back at the church there was a thing called Beach Week, and one time I showed up at Beach Week to be a leader, and then they were like, hey, we need you to do videos all week. That was a miserable process.
What was it?
It was fun because I was the video guy doing the videos, and yeah, I didn't sleep all week. Like multiple days, not even like a nap, no sleep, just kept going and going and going. It was ridiculous. It was a miserable process.
Why?
Because I didn't sleep. It was either I was shooting for however many hours, and then I had to get that video edited, and then it had
They needed it like right then and there?
they had to show it that night.
Oh.
So I had to shoot all day, edit as fast as possible, and then all the kids wanted to see it that evening. And on the last one, I didn't check the song, and it had a lot of cursing in it.
Nice.
So yeah, in this auditorium full of kids at a church camp.
What kind of cursing? What song was it? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I mean, we can't play it, you know.
I don't
But,
remember.
yeah.
I don't know. It was.
Nice.
I felt so bad.
I mean, was we talking like Snoop Dogg type cursing?
No,
or
it was like a rock song and
Okay, cool.
like punk alternative type of
gotcha.
song. But it was on the list of songs that they wanted to use, so they can't totally blame me for it.
Yeah,
but
you-
I think I grabbed the explicit version instead of the clean version.
You should have grabbed the clean version.
And yeah, but it was like days 5 and
Yeah.
no sleep.
Yeah.
So like, here's your video.
So yeah, fuck it.
And I did not get paid for it.
Oh, that's awesome. Were you supposed to?
No.
Okay.
I just said yes.
Okay. Well, here you are.
So yeah, they can take their videos.
Yeah, you gain that
I got to ride
experience.
in a helicopter, which
Nice.
is cool.
For video stuff or just
Yeah.
in general?
Yeah, no, they were like, hey, we want an aerial shot. So like, we rented a helicopter, so like, go get some shots.
Damn. They couldn't just get a guy with a drone? Could have called me.
This was like 2012.
Bang my line. They had drones in 2012.
Yeah, the government had them. They didn't release them.
Oh, yeah, they did. They had commercial drones. DJI was making drones then. The Phantom 4 came out in like 2015.
Well, why do that when you could just stick a guy in a helicopter?
True. I mean, you know, hey, whatever suits you.
Working for the church, doing the audiovisual stuff, and then doing photos and videos on the side. Really nothing big. It wasn't like a lot of income. It'd be like one every other month, something small.
Like what?
Like photos, or like maybe a family needed some family portraits or whatever. Just really not real big stuff. Then I would do kind of fun video stuff. Like me and Eric had our little car group called South Texas Stamps, and I would do some video stuff for that. I would show up to like All Team Bash. I did a video for All Team Bash. Just like typical like video guy stuff. You know, just show up to an event and make a video, and then get like 100 views, and then
Move on.
and then make another one. I did a couple music videos. I actually had a recording studio in my mom's house where we would record the songs, and then I would shoot a video for it.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So you did the whole church AV stuff?
Yeah.
Where'd you go from there?
Then I got a real job working at CarMax.
A real job. Look at you.
And then I didn't really do photo video stuff for a while. I would kind of like be a video guy.
Yeah,
but
that was around the time with the whole Diptech shoots that we talked about.
Yep.
Harlem Shake and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
That was good stuff.
So
And like
like-
at the time, dude, that was legit.
But then I got fired from CarMax. So then I was like, I need to make some money. So let me just go do some video photo work. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember how I got it. I don't remember any of that. But I do remember I had some money. Not a lot, but I had some money for doing photo video stuff. But then I had to go and clean pools because I wasn't obsessed with it. It was just kind of like, oh, well, just kind of making some videos. You want a video?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
give me
I
some
got a
money.
camera.
I got a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but then after pools was Diptex, and that's when
Dun, dun, dun.
dun dun dun. I just got to do more photo video stuff.
Yeah.
That was-
I had you set up.
There it goes. Let's pause on that.
It's already exhausted.
Let's plug her in. Yeah.
Bingo, bango.
So, technical
Intermission 1 down.
difficulties brought to you by.
Hey, we should probably explain the whole name thing and all that. Are we going to explain that at all?
We should.
We should. Should we do it now? Or
Yeah,
should we
let's
do
do
it
it
later?
now. Let's
Okay.
do it now.
All right. Just a quick one for America.
Wait.
That was off too?
Dang it.
What?
We're back.
Oh, you paused it.
No, it's going now.
Oh, it wasn't recording this whole time?
It was, and then it stops recording after.
So we had we had issues with both.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So my GoPro is the most reliable camera we
It is.
have.
So shout out to anybody that's free. Anytime we do this,
yeah.
we
We need some hands.
we need spotters.
Yeah. We just need you to sit up here and tell us if the lights turn off, so that way we know to turn it back on.
And then we can pause our
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, we might even be able to teach you how to turn them on,
Yeah.
and you could even just press a button.
Yeah.
Should be good.
We don't get paid anything, so neither will you.
Yeah.
Just so we make that clear.
Yeah. 100%. You're not getting anything. You'll get some coffee. We have free coffee.
Coffee, it's good too.
It's pretty good coffee.
And these orange cups are excellent.
Tell you what. Good coffee. The Hyperfocus hustle.
So who came up with it?
Chat GPT came up with that. So I've been playing around with some AI lately, and were we here or were we on the phone? We were on the phone.
You were here.
I was here.
I was
You were
not.
on the phone.
Yes.
And I was trying to come up with a name for this thing. We could not figure it out. We had a couple
It
suggestions.
started as captions for Instagram posts, didn't it?
Yeah,
Or that
yeah.
came
So
out?
I was playing around with captions for Instagram posts just to see what Chat GPT is all about as far as
Yeah.
creating content on its own. Which if you season it a bit, you give it some information ahead of time, it definitely learns. So that's cool. So
Yes.
I have this one chat open right now that I've been seasoning for a little while now, teaching it a lot about the podcast and things of that nature, personal things about me, personal things about Zach, just so it kind of has some good reference points. So I said, hey, chat, I need a name for a podcast. And it gave me a name and I hated it. And I said, give me 10 more. And it spit out 10 more. And I said, okay, now give me 20 more. And it spit out 20 more. And in that group of 20, I think it was number 3
It was.
was the Hyperfocus hustle.
What was the other one that we were thinking about?
There were so many.
The ADHD advantage.
The ADHD advantage,
Which
is
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hyperfocus hustle was the one we stuck with.
Yeah, I feel like Hyperfocus hustle is so much of a better option because
it was a lot shorter than the other
it
ones.
was. Plus, as soon as I heard it, I thought of a logo idea in my head. For those guys that don't know, I make a lot of my own logos. I don't normally outsource for that. I usually make them on my own. I think of them, and I can kind of just see it when I read the words. I'm just like, oh yeah, this would be cool. But I like big, blocky, really easy to understand logos. If you look back at any logo I've had, like Diptex Customs, Diptex, actually Greg made that one, but the Diptex Customs logo I made, the R&R Pros logo I made, JBMA was made by Mike's cousin, so I'll give him that, although I did like it because it's big and blocky. Big fan of the big and blocky.
And red.
And the red. Gotta love red.
Red.
And then the Hyperfocus hustle I've made a slew of other things. I've had all types of random, drop shipping websites I've made logos for, random websites. Remember EAD Beto? Remember that one?
Yes.
That was a slick one.
That was very blocky.
I made that whole website in 2 minutes. Flat, it was boom.
It's still up?
No, not anymore. Once the viral wave went down, I just called it. It was within the first 30 days. I was still in that free trial phase, or first. Actually, I think it was I passed the free trial was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So after the 2 week free trial, I ended up having to pay for a month, but it was cool because I sold like 2,000 of those things. It took me like 3 months to get them all out. It was crazy.
Where does the name come from? Why is it called that?
Because we like to hustle. The end. Hyperfocus is a trait of ADHD. Ooh, I just hit my knee pretty good.
Ooh,
that was a good
sounded
one.
like it.
Yeah, I saw your mic shake when I did that. You still recording over there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just checking.
We're good.
You keep looking over there. I'm a little worried.
Well, yeah.
Hyperfocus is a trait of ADHD. And hustle is hustle. You know what I'm saying?
ADHD is something you have.
ADHD is something I have, which is why.
I have tendencies. I probably will never admit it if I do, but I do.
You've never gone to a doctor for it, is what
No,
you're saying.
and that stopped recording too.
Really already?
Yeah.
Internal temp high. That one's hot.
That one is hot.
That's probably a good time to swap the battery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we
pause? Should we run it? Should we pause it?
Just run it. Just
Fuck
hurry.
it.
Yeah.
Run it. Full on battery swap time.
Oh no! I don't know what to do. Hey, the GoPro's doing things.
What's it doing?
Starting the upload.
Oh, what the fuck? It's not supposed to do that. Record. Action.
Action.
But anyway,
Anyways.
in other news, we left off at Diptex.
Diptex.
You were cleaning pools, and then you quit there.
And then Diptex. So I started at Diptex. I was your prepper.
You're my prepper. You would take my cars, get them in, get them cleaned up, get them masked up, and we'd spray them. And then afterwards you'd wash them, and then you would go outside with your fancy camera and you'd take photos and videos and all types of cool stuff for social media.
Yep. I don't think we did too many videos. I know we did a lot of stuff for Instagram back when Instagram liked photos.
You did that video. You went with them on that trip to was it Louisiana?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did that video. That was a nice video.
I forgot I did that one. I gotta find that one.
No, you'll find it. It's right here. See what I did there? You see what I did there?
Oh, that was a good one.
So yeah, you had you were doing photos and videos for me, as well as various other tasks, whatever I had you do at Diptex.
Like cold calls.
Like cold calls, which you hated.
And I tried to sell them a customer once.
But tell me about no vacancy.
Yeah, I pulled out a fresh hat.
Yeah, I noticed.
My other one was,
Soon as you walked in, I was like, oh, he's got a fresh one on today. He's ready to talk.
which is if you ever want an abundance of fresh clothes, start a clothing brand.
Yeah.
Order a bunch of clothes. That way you have a surplus of inventory, and then don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And then you have a bunch of clothes.
Yeah. You could also just go buy clothes. You can skip all the other steps.
But if you like that type of design, that color, that, that brand.
Is that thing still going?
Yeah, we're good.
I saw a light flash. I was worried. It might have just been lightning, though. There's a crazy rainstorm going on right now. We got like tornado warnings and whatnot. It's crazy.
So yeah, no vacancy was...
What is no vacancy?
Fill your life with so much positivity that there is no room for negativity. At first, it was a cool concept because I was trying to just ignore all the negativity. And this is kind of where it fell off for me was... sometimes you can't really get rid of negativity. You have to actually face it instead of just ignoring it. So no vacancy would need kind of a rebrand in order for me to do it again. But it was good for me at the time. Very dark mental place. And so this was my escape from it. And it had really good reviews from other folks. A lot of people liked it. It was just my lack of effort to keep it going.
There's still time, though.
There's still time.
Still got plenty of time. Plenty of product, as we've just heard.
There is. I have a lot of these hats.
If you like them.
Not too many snapbacks, and people like the snapbacks. I think the reason why I still have more of these is because nobody likes them. So, supply and demand, is that the right one?
Yeah.
If people like it, they buy it. If they don't, then
Oh well.
oh well.
Should have done your research.
Got some fresh hats. Then after
Yeah, you left Diptex. I remember you came and told me you were leaving, and it was around the time that you met your wife.
Yep.
And where did you go?
I went to IAA. Back in the day, it was called Insurance Auto Auctions. So if, let's say you have State Farm, which was the location that I was at, the main customer for that was State Farm Insurance. So like if you have State Farm Insurance, you get in a wreck, then insurance pays you out. They take the car over to Insurance Auto Auctions and they auction off that vehicle. So IAA provides the auction service for the insurance companies. We also had Enterprise. Well, I say we, that sounds weird. They have Enterprise, USAA, that sort of thing. They have multiple locations and all that stuff.
But State Farm was like king over there.
State Farm's king over there. All the vehicles are beat up. Either they're flooded, they're great ones. Flooded, wrecked, looked like crumbled up recycled metal sometimes, which was you see some blood, you see some
matter.
Yeah. There's some crazy stories from there about the stuff you see. That's not something we could.
Yeah, we'll just skip over that.
But
you get the idea.
Get the idea.
You get in an accident, you're through State Farm, it probably ends up in his hands.
Right, but what I did there was I was a reconditioning rep, or if a car didn't start, for some reason I would find out why and then fix it. Now, vehicles being salvage titles, I wasn't able to add new parts. I was able to just go around the parts and kind of fit, like if a car wouldn't start, I would like unplug a sensor or something like that, and then it would boom start up. Wouldn't run the best, but it ran and drove, and that was the thing. If a car runs and drives, then it sells for more because it's an auction. If a car is just a car starts, doesn't drive, then it doesn't get as much. So that's what I did there for a long time. I was there for I think like 2 or 3 years, and I told my manager at the time, I was like, I'm gonna learn everything that you do because I'm gonna take your spot when you leave. And that's what happened. I think it was like after I told him that, he was like, all right, cool, well, I'm gonna start teaching you, which was a great response.
For sure.
Great teacher, because he was ready to move up as well, and so he had spent all his time and energy making that place what it was, and so I stepped into that space and became the manager. It was only like 11 people or something, but a lot of people like in and out the door. I think there was like 3 or 4 people that came and went, and interviews, and actually
was that your first like managerial type position?
It was.
Nice.
I think I only had one guy that was younger. All the other guys were older than me.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Yeah, it was challenging.
No one respects the younger guy.
Nope.
No one. Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. Even if you have more skin in the game, it doesn't matter. You could have been on site for 10 years. You have a 50-year-old come in who just started last year. He's not going to respect you. It just makes no sense.
Nope. But that was right at the end there. That was a mess. I will leave it at that.
Yeah.
There's still some.
That's when the phone call started.
Yeah. It did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
you were still a manager.
I was a manager, and then I decided to step down and be a loader operator. So I was the guy driving the big Volvo, picking the cars up and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Were you certified? Do you have to get certified to drive a Volvo loader? But you got to get forklift certified?
Barely. No, there's no certification. There is a manager watching you. Hey, this is to go. This is to stop. This is how to pick up, put down. Don't mess anything up. If you do mess something up, tell us. Wink.
Yeah. Yeah. Be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Even though with like the flick of a lever.
Hello, OSHA.
You can flip a car. Yeah. There's
nice.
like you watch some videos and then you get a.
They make you sit down and like a training day. They make you sit down and watch all these videos.
Mm-hmm. There's videos. There's a test, but the test is confusing.
I haven't done it.
The way they word it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like they want you to fail. It's like just okay. It has a fire extinguisher. I know how to turn it on and off. We're good.
Nice.
But being a loader is a lot of fun. That's when people will like be at a job and they'll kind of quietly quit. Oh, I was like a quiet quitter for almost a year.
Yeah,
it was a long time.
That's a really bad cycle to be in, man. Like I've been in that position. Like the last job I had, where I was painting cars, and the real obstacle for me was understanding that that business wasn't mine. Yeah. Right, because I just came out of Diptex, and like I said in the last episode, I was in a bad mental state. I got thrown in with like my only real competitor at the time. He's a good friend of mine, don't get me wrong, but he was the only real competition per se.
Yeah.
And I started working for him, and things just weren't making sense for me because I was so used to being on my own. Now I'm surviving for a paycheck, and it's like, dude, I'm up here and I'm working hours, dude, like 50, 60 hours a week. And I'm going home with the same amount, whether I work 40 or whether I work 60 or 80 or 90. It doesn't matter how many hours I'm there. I'm getting the same paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucked. It sucked mentally because I was so used to just, you know, if I'm staying late, it's for a purpose. I'm staying late because when I finish this job, this is a $1,500 job. You know what I'm saying? In that case, you know, and don't get me wrong, Jeremy's a great guy. Like, still to this day, he's like, I would call him a real good friend of mine.
Yeah.
But I understand that standpoint because I wanted to leave so bad, dude. I wanted to leave and go do something, but I was stuck in I got stuck in that trap, that paycheck trap.
Yeah, because paycheck comes every other week.
Yep.
That paycheck's already accounted for. There's no extra, no wiggle room, nothing. And it's not like I had like a car payment or anything, like a lot of bills or anything like that. I had, a mortgage and, well, I still have the mortgage, but mortgage and insurances and utilities and all kinds of stuff, and just stuck in the loop.
Yeah, that's when the phone calls started. You started calling me and telling me how much you hated your job.
Oh yeah,
and how you wanted to leave. And it was crazy because I had nothing but time because I was always driving. I was always on the road somewhere. So I was like, cool, someone wants to talk to me, badass. So I just hop on the phone, and dude, we'd be on the phone for 3-4 hours.
Yeah, because all I was doing was riding around.
Yeah, you would hang up with me to go to lunch, or you'd hang up with me to go talk to your boss. Other than that, you were on the phone with me pretty much.
Or I would just say, hold on.
Yeah, or wife calls. Then you'd, hey, I'll call you back. And then 20 minutes later, you're calling me back.
The phone's ringing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the loader position was easy. It was very, very easy. It was too easy. I would also do what they call pull out. So once the vehicle has gone through the auction and has been bought and paid for, then there's a transporter there to pick it up. So I would get a list. It was like a tablet inside because I had the really nice machine. And I had a tablet, kind of looked like that. And then it would show me the cars that needed to be pulled out in what order and who they're going to, and load them up on the trailers. Nice. I got really good at that. I will toot my own horn and say that I was very good at that. I never lost a car or like wrecked anything. I almost did, and it got super sketchy, but saved it. But it was a lot of fun, except for transporters are mean, man.
Yeah.
They're like real jerks, which I already wanted more out of life rather than just being a loader, which was a really easy job. If I got paid more, then I probably would just been stuck in there because it's
stuck
so
in
easy.
That loop.
And because it's just so easy.
Yeah.
But wanting more out of life, the loader position wasn't there, and plus the money wasn't that great. Just the paychecks barely pay the bills. But on top of that, the transporter drivers were just super mean, man. Super mean.
I will say, as a transporter, or as a previous transporter,
a bunch of jerks.
I will tell you that, like, it's always third party for us. So not only do we have to deal with whatever's going on your end, but the broker that got us that job, he already lied to us as it is. So we're already pissed off to begin with. And we're pulling up, and then now you're pulling out with this random fucking thing that we didn't plan on getting. And it's just like, wait, what is this? No.
Front end smashed up.
Yeah, this is not what we talked about. And that's the issue. So, like, you got to understand that. And I'm not going to say that that's the only reason they were assholes. But if I was ever there, that's why I would be an asshole.
I'm very understanding.
Yeah.
But you can speak to me in an understanding matter, because we're both just getting orders from a higher power, and just
for sure,
this is what I've been told. What have you been told? Okay, it's different. Let's figure it out. And still, I gotta
but then you see, but that's the thing, is that from there it's like, okay, so if it's different, how different is it? Is it way heavier? Is it so much extra work for me to put it on my trailer? What do we have to do now? Because if I'm going to have to go do extra work, I need extra pay. So now I got to make a phone call, talk to the broker, talk him into that. He's got to call your boss, let him know what's going on. Your boss got to call you, let you know what's going on. It's just this whole big circle, dude. And it's like a whole thing. And then our clock is running.
Right. And see, being a loader, I get paid by the hour. So if you're not ready, I would just set it down. I'll come back, man.
Yeah, and we don't. We don't get paid by the hour. And that's the problem. We can ask for detention, but doesn't mean we're going to get it. And that's just what it is.
Anyway, I had a lot of really good times. I became friends with a lot of them. One of them, we message each other on Instagram and send funny videos back and forth.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
EFFs.
Yeah. He's an awesome guy. He even said, it was like, hey, if you want to, I got a second truck. You want to drive? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't afford you.
Don't
anyways.
do it. It's no fun, man. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I feel like everyone should do it at one point.
Yeah.
But
or get a taste of it.
Yeah.
But he's a very positive guy. So he does great. We'll skip ahead to the end because we are pushing it on time.
Well, you left out of IAA. You quit your job finally after months of conversation.
But I set it up.
Yeah.
I set it up.
You set it up. And what was the plan?
So I set it up because I remember, I don't remember, the order of things gets fishy. Fishy? What? Gets blurry. Wow.
Fishy.
Whoa. It's in the coffee, bro. The order of things gets blurry because I started the posting things for people on the side. I think I had Gloss
You were
Boss
still at IAA when you did that.
When I did that,
Yeah.
because I had Gloss Boss, I had Klein Wraps, and I had Rinspec that I was posting for.
And I remember talking to you about that and telling you to branch out and just try it because I can take a lot of things and find a way to monetize them. And that was one of those things.
That scared me.
Get your life together.
But I got to a point with the stuff on the side where I was receiving money from people each week for posting for them, and I would receive content from them. I would edit it, throw a little spicy filter on there, and then post it for them. So all they had to do was just send me stuff. Even like Gloss Boss, he gave me access to his Dropbox folder that had a bunch of stuff. For months, it was just stuff he had never posted.
I got folders like that. I know what that feel is.
Same with Rinspec. It was a lot of stuff that they just didn't get around to posting. And so that's what some businesses have an issue with, is they have a bunch of stuff. They just haven't posted it. So that's the gap that I filled for a few months, probably like two months, because then I got really antsy and I was like, I could pay my bills if I had more time to devote to this, because that was the big thing. I need more time, or I can't make any more money with my side stuff because I don't have enough time to devote to it. And my customers want the time and are willing to pay me more for adding more value, like going up there and taking photos for them and doing videos for them and things like that. So around that same time is when I acquired my camera, my new Sony. I actually took out my 401k that I had at the time. After 5.5 years of working with IAA, I took that out.
Nice little cushion.
It was, and just to spoil it, I ruined that cushion because I was bad with money.
Yeah.
I was able to, I used a little bit of that cushion in order to assist with bills, but most of the bills were being paid with my photo video work. And the client posting and stuff like that. I was able to go to the shops, and of course I would charge them more for showing up and stuff. But then I just bought like some random things and was bad with money. I was like, oh yeah, I still got this, or as soon as I get to this number in my savings, then I'll stop. Oh well, if I get to this number, it's not that bad. And then ruined my cushion.
Yeah. It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah.
But what's important is that you're still active,
Yeah.
Here we are now. You ruined your cushion. It is what it is, man. I've never really been one for a safety net. I've never really been one to have one. So that's why I live life so dangerously. Because I don't know, like, I didn't grow up having any type of protection, man. Like, just flat out. It's going to work or it's not. And I watched my parents do this my whole life, and they're just, whatever they had going on, if it was going to work, it was going to work. And if it wasn't, then oh well, we did it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Screw it. We out. And we just roll, and that's just something that I've just like become accustomed to. Mm-hmm. So it's super easy for me, but I understand that's crazy talk for some people. Like I've told people before, like when I was in really bad financial situations, I've told people before, like, hell, my bank account's like negative $13. And they're like, what? What? Like, how the hell? Uh-huh. Like, it's just whatever, man. It's cool. Yeah. I got a job coming in tomorrow. No big deal.
I'll figure it out.
I'm all right. I don't care. But it is what it is, man. You pulled that loan. You quit IAA. Mm-hmm. You got all your fancy stuff. You had all that stuff going on. You were still posting and creating for businesses, right?
Yeah.
You were scheduling posts?
I was scheduling the posts.
Yeah. I taught you about scheduling posts.
But...
Well, I told you that it was an option.
But reels were really popping, and you can't schedule reels. At least back then you could.
Whack.
And even now on Instagram, if you want to schedule a reel, it like won't recommend it on Facebook or whatever. But I mean,
it's dumb.
Anyways, and then also some of my clients, I would only have access to one social media platform and not the other one. So then scheduling wasn't possible. So then I would just have to set reminders on my phone. Hey, post for Klein. Hey, post for Gloss Boss. Hey, post for whoever needs posting. And then, kind of looking at their times and stuff and seeing when's best. And, like I wouldn't just post at 10 o'clock in the morning just because. It would look at their insights, see when their people are most active and post accordingly. Easy stuff.
And then.
You got to start that one.
Okay. So one day, Jess is scrolling.
Right. We're recording.
We're good.
We're good.
Jess is scrolling Instagram.
All right.
And Miko's Hot Chicken, her favorite chicken place on the planet, made a post saying they're looking for a social media manager.
Yeah.
So she screenshotted, sent it to me, and said, you should tell Zach to check this out.
Yeah.
So I took that screenshot and I sent it to Zach and I said, yo, check this out. Zach's like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. No. Man, grab your nuts, walk in there, act like you own the place, give the people what they want.
You skipped the step.
Which step did I skip?
You called me.
I called you.
And was like, yo, message these people now.
I said, message these people now.
So then I got on my phone and I started typing.
Yep.
I never do that.
Him. Yep.
I'm not the type.
He doesn't. Remember the cold call situation? That's same.
Brick wall.
Yeah. All day.
So
but you messaged him.
Type it out. Say this. I had no excuse. I sent it.
Yep.
And on the phone.
Yep.
At home and sent it.
Yep.
And they said something along the lines of like,
Hey, we'd love to see what kind of content you got. Yeah. Come on through.
Show up. Yeah. Show this message to the
manager,
to the cashier. It was just
cashier, manager, whatever.
And
and
we'll give you a free meal.
Yeah, you get a free meal for showing up and trying. Just get some content.
Yes.
All day. So Zach goes up there.
The next day.
Yep.
I was up there.
He goes up there and he's sitting in his car and he's scared. And I call him and I say, Zach, grab your nuts, get in there, and give the people what they want. All right? Show them what's up. Go in there like you own the place.
That's the key word.
Yeah.
Show up like you're there to work.
Yep.
I think I was the first person to show up. From their post, they had 50,000 followers at the time. Mm-hmm. And I was the first person to show up.
They got a lot of responses too. They got like 50, 60 something responses.
Yes. Out of 60 people.
Yeah.
But that's later. I was the first one to show up because when I showed up, the manager was like, okay.
Come on in.
That was the weird part. I thought I was just going to get some food and then take photo, video of some food.
Nope.
She said, okay, cool. Come on in. So I was in there in the kitchen filming.
Flicking the wrist.
Filming, photoing, all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were like, okay, well, what would you like to what kind of food would you like? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can get. What can I get? oh, here's a sandwich.
Yep.
Here's a drink. All right, we're good on that one. And here you go.
Yep.
So then I did stuff inside. I did stuff outside.
Yep.
With the food, and because there's no indoor seating at Miko's, just outdoor and then indoor kitchen. No outdoor kitchen. I think I sent him the photos first.
Yep. And then they asked you, well,
So I sent him
did
the
you get
photos.
any video?
I sent him the photos, and it was like, hey, if you guys like this, I have a video as well if you would like to see that. Because I wanted more conversation. I didn't want to just like dump it on them and then they ignore me.
Yep.
I wanted to try and bring him in for more conversation. So gave them the photos, they liked them, and then they were like, okay, well, let's see the video. And then I think a while went by. I don't remember how long.
It wasn't that long. It was probably like a week or two.
I think it was like 2 weeks, maybe a little more. But it did take some time because I was kind of like, am I going to get it? Am I not?
Yep.
Man, there's a bunch of people there, whatever.
Yep.
I probably won't get it.
Yep.
So anyways, they set up a time to speak with them at the place. So I went up there for an in-person interview with them, and they hired me on the spot.
What'd they tell you? What'd they tell you?
So they wanted
60 applicants we received.
Out of the 60 different, so out of the other 59, my stuff was the only stuff they liked. GoPro. Old Faithful.
Repairing your file.
Oh, is it still recording?
I don't think so.
Okay. We'll
File
wait for-
repaired.
File prepared.
Now it's on.
Okay. Battery required. Is that thing still on?
Yeah.
Man, we have
Whatever.
whatever. These are still going.
Yeah. We're going.
So out of the
Anti-GoPro.
other 60, 59, whatever it was, people, they only chose to sit down with me. And they sat down with me at the end of our conversation. They hired me on the spot. As we were talking, I told them I like to document things. I don't like to just shoot all willy-nilly. If that's not a proper term, but it's a good term.
We get you.
Yeah. I like to, of course, build relationship with their people. Really showcase who the owners are and what they do, and showcase the people back there preparing their food in a positive light, and get more people in the door. It's kind of where it all started. But they hired me as a visual storyteller.
Yep. That was your job title.
Official job title.
That's the paperwork you signed.
Yes, which was great. I was paid well. Now I was up there a lot. It was a full-time job. I cut all my other people back down to I could only post for them. I don't have time to come to your shop or come to your location anymore. So for my other people, they had to just stick with posting, or stick with me posting for them. So I was at Miko's every day, I think Monday through Friday, and then editing and giving them like 5 or 6 reels a day, ton of raw footage, just a ridiculous amount of shooting. Any special occasions that we would do, like my first day I was up at the mayor's office because Miko was getting her honorary plaque for Miko's Hot Chicken Day.
Miko's Hot Chicken Day.
So I was up there for that. I did the YouTube video for Miko's Hot Chicken Day, the actual day. A lot of stuff. A lot of it was mainly geared towards Instagram photos and reels. Basically, I was running with Miko's for a little bit, for a few months, and there came a time when we split ways. They didn't need my services anymore, and so we parted ways. And then from there, I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is bad.
Yeah, like every day you were losing it a little.
I was losing quite a bit. Yeah. So after that, because financially things were fairly stable, because I was getting
with the Miko's job.
With Miko's, because I was getting a paycheck. I was doing what I like to do, but I was still getting a paycheck working for somebody else.
So it filled that void you had when you left IAA.
Right.
Because that paycheck thing, man, that's a massive mindset shift. You really have to understand how things work for you to be comfortable without receiving a paycheck. It's a bad mindset to be in, to be having to work for a paycheck, but it is what it is. That's just the way the world is right now. So yeah, you rolled out of there, you lost your paycheck, which you would become accustomed to again. So now it was survival of the fittest. It was make it or break it.
Right. And mentally and financially, I was not the fittest.
Yeah. You didn't make it.
I didn't make it. So after that downfall, I got a job, went back to the workforce.
You disappeared for a minute.
I did disappear.
Yeah, we went from talking every day to Zach just ignored me
for 3 months.
For 3 months. And I was like, what the hell, man?
I ignored everybody.
Yeah. And I remember I hit up Keith. Me and Keith went over to, we went and got a beer.
Yep.
And he brought you up in conversation. And I was like, man, I haven't heard from Zach in a while.
Yep.
And the way I looked at it was like, if you don't want to talk to me, man, I'm not going to force you to. I'm not going to blow your phone up, although I should. I'm not going to, because there's a reason. There's a reason you would stop, And hearing from Keith that you were doing better now, like you had went and got a job, but then you quit. That was a good thing to hear on my end, right? That was like, okay, cool. Well, he got himself back into corporate America, got himself a paycheck again, but then he quit again. And I knew that if you quit a second time, that you had a plan.
But listen, that warehouse job.
Yeah. Ignore that.
That warehouse job was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Either way, I was quitting, whether I had a plan or not.
Yeah.
That place was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to go into details, but you can give us an explanation of.
I was working a warehouse job.
Of what it was you were doing.
Should I give the name?
Yeah.
I mean, I went to work for Martin Brower, which I was putting in applications everywhere. So I was really good at running heavy equipment, and I was like, man, I just want to sit my butt in a machine and go back to being a loader somewhere. I applied at Copart, which Copart is IAA's competitor. I even applied to out of town stuff. I applied for a Copart up in Wisconsin. I was ready to move, man. I was ready to go get back into corporate America and just have a stable, nonchalant, just Cadillac through the rest of life. Yeah, very weird mental spot because.
At the job or after the job?
Before going into the job, and then
this was still riding off the whole Miko's stuff,
right, and financial stuff, and I put me and my family in a bit of a bind because I wasn't fully devoted, like physically and mentally, to the photo video stuff, which that's where the money was. That was the easiest way to get money, and
again, I really think that was just a mindset thing.
Yes.
I don't think it was anything further. I know no one ever plans to put themselves in a bad position. I've done plenty, dude. I put mine through some weird stuff, but one thing I know is I'm gonna make it. I don't care.
Yeah, and
it's gonna happen.
I didn't have that at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the warehouse job, I was working for Martin Brower, and Martin Brower is the logistics company for their main client's McDonald's. So anything inside of a McDonald's gets shipped to Martin Brower from wherever, like the straws. Straws come from whoever, they go to Martin Brower. Martin Brower puts all the carts and everything together and then put on a truck, and then
ship them to location.
Gets to the location. So I was a warehouse picker, so I had the fancy like electric pallet jack and all that stuff. Very physical, long hours, decent money. When you start out, it's not that great, but after you're there, then you get a raise and all this other stuff. There's also incentive pay, which I thought was great, and I think more companies should do incentive pay. So like if you do your job efficiently and fast, then there's potential to get paid more. So like each task had a certain number of minutes attached to it, and then if you do it faster, then you get paid more, which is great. But my it sounds weird because I'm only 30, but my body really did not like any
Not
of
everybody's
that.
made for that kind of work, man.
But I think a lot of my wear and tear comes from doing martial arts and wrestling and stuff like that in high school. So I have a lot of wear and tear, which working at that job just sped all the wear and tear up. Like it felt like major carpal tunnel in my hand, and like my knees are shot and back is shot and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
No.
Not worth it for a paycheck.
I forget what pushed me over the edge to finally just quit. I feel bad because me and my wife had the conversation about me quitting. There was some miscommunication there because like the next day I just quit. I feel bad because there wasn't full communication.
Yeah.
Because I went in the next day and was like, you know what, today's the day.
Yep.
I'm not doing this anymore. And
You guys
so
have mutually agreed though that like it was going to happen.
It was
there
gonna
was just
happen.
there was just not a clear
Right.
clear understanding of when that would be.
Right, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
Also, because I had no extra money, I had no sort of definite plan. I just knew that I could not do this, and I have an opportunity to go back and do photo video stuff full time.
Yep.
So I quit that and very quickly picked back up on photo video work and really fine-tuned what it is that I do, and I got more confident and also more confident in telling customers or future clients what it is that I do and what it is that I don't do and how I can help in areas XYZ and what areas I don't touch. Like, that's your business, that's your stuff, but I help with this. And being more confident in what I do.
Yeah. And that's what matters.
Yeah, and so as of now, at first it was scary, and then things have now sort of kind of chilled out. I'm super busy. I have to get better hold on my time. Like right now, I should be editing.
Yeah.
But now,
But we're recording.
But we're recording
More stuff for us to
more
edit.
stuff to edit.
Hey, but now I can edit. So don't you worry about that. With the help of AI.
Oh God! So all of these, I have to. That's also why it took so long to get the first episode out.
Yes.
Because
took a while because all of this footage goes home with Zach, and then Zach does what he needs to do with it. He's the master behind video. I have like 12 seconds of experience with video editing.
and we did a screen share.
Yeah.
And you watched me edit.
Yep. And you know what I picked up from that? Fucking probably like that much. Not enough.
Blade.
Yeah. B is blade and A is all.
Select.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very new to the video editing type deal. It's something that I've always been interested in. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while.
Yeah.
When I started JBMA, I full on said, screw that, I'm starting a YouTube. Like, hell yeah, we're doing this. And then as I recorded, I realized, I don't know what I'm doing with this. What do I do now?
You have enough footage for
Dude, I have
a lifetime of
100%.
a page.
I wouldn't say lifetime, but I
lifetime.
got a couple months worth of footage at this point. And it'll come out slowly but surely. I've been doing good jobs at getting the TikToks up. I got to get more R&R stuff out.
Yeah, you've started doing that, which is great.
I've only made 2 and published 2. I've made like 10. I've only published 2. Yeah. It's just it's got to fit a certain way.
On my end, I don't post enough on my social media. Because like you said, how are you going to show
How are you going to sell it? How are you going to tell people, look what I can do for you if you're not doing it for yourself?
Because I'm doing so much for my clients.
For sure, 100%. And that's the same reason that your clients need you. Is because they're so busy doing what they do.
Yeah.
They're busy doing what they're supposed to do.
Yep.
You know? Except your industry happens to be the same industry that produces that, you know?
Yep. I guess that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And
here we are.
right in the middle of it, and just slowly adding more stuff that I have to edit.
Man, I've known you for a long time. I like to see you grow. I like to see the kind of things you're into. There's very few people that I spend as much time talking to, especially people that I talk to that actually do something with what I tell them. Because I can't tell you how many people I talk to and tell them, hey, this is how you set up an LLC, and then they just never do it. Or they may do it, but they go through a company, or they just do things wrong for whatever reason. You're one of the few people that I can give advice to, and you listen, and that's nice. I enjoy that, and that's why I choose to help you. That's why when I found out you quit, I was like, okay, cool. What do you need? What do you need? How much money you need? Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's find it. Let's make it work.
Which is great, because it's not like you're there to hand me money.
Yeah, no, you're gonna work for it.
Right, and it was like, which was another great conversation that we had was, it was like, it was like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what's your bottom dollar? How much money do you need to pay the bills by the end of the month? Figure all that out again. And let's figure out how to
get you there. Let's figure out how to get you there.
You were like, hey, bring some tools. Let's go do some disassemblies.
Yep.
Here's this guy, Andrew, really cool guy. He needs some help too.
Boom.
What else? And it was like,
here's Jay.
Jay
needs YouTube help.
Big one.
I've been trying to push Jay. I've been trying to push Jay your direction for a long time because I didn't like the guys he was using before. Not that I had a problem with them. They're great. They're good producers, but they don't fit his style. So I've been trying to lean him towards you, but you were always too expensive for him in his head.
Yeah.
So teaching him that you are available now, you can help guide him in the path that he wants, because he knows what he wants. He knows the direction he wants to go.
Which is
he doesn't know how to create it. You do.
Yeah.
So it's just like the perfect match. It's been a match that was like totally available at any given point. But
things have been going great. I've noticed improvements in myself as well, with how I'm not super efficient, but I have gotten more efficient with the way that I shoot, better with color grading, or I don't know if I would call it color grading, but I mean color correcting.
I don't play with colors at all.
It's
a trial and error.
It's a trial and error.
Yeah, I suck.
But working with colors, because Jay has a certain kind of color combination, a certain look, that I go with, because that is across his whole brand, and that's what I'm there for, is also brand expansion as well, because I have experience with brands and things like that. So that's another like little thing that I bring to the table with the clients that I have, like Just a Dent. He has a certain look whenever I shoot, and we have a certain style. We have a certain way that these videos go, and that's what creates that personal connection with folks, as well as on my end, on the business side. It makes it harder to, as of right now, just so we can document this, right now it's hard for me to expand, because I would need like someone else to shoot or someone else to edit.
You need someone else to edit. That's where you're slacking right now.
But the way I edit, and the kind of the style, the voice, just how like with
you're
writing,
a perfectionist. You have to have it your way, and that's totally fine. But there's ways to shortcut a lot of that.
AI.
You don't have to. AI solves all. You don't have to be 100% on it, and you don't have to 100% pass that duty on to someone. But there's a lot of things that someone else could do for you that would short a lot of the situation you have going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
and
doing this stuff here, editing this stuff. I'll probably do all of the audio edits here going forward. I'm just assuming, but I'll probably end up doing all the audio edits, and it's because I've figured out how. I think I'm good at it. I don't know, but it works.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But just like that, just handing out the headaches is what I like to say. You hand out the headaches. If you know there's something someone can help you with, just pay someone for it. Even if they can't do it like you. If they can do it 80% as good as you, pay them for it.
good.
and run it.
Yeah,
Period.
that's good. And something that we have either discovered or talked about is it may cost more to have somebody there, but you have now bought yourself more time.
Because that's the real asset there.
You've bought yourself more time to do whatever.
Time is non-renewable. Money is. It is what it is. It may get tight for a second, but that's okay. That's okay.
Other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it. We've learned about Zach.
Yeah. Oh, something that we didn't touch on was I did get ZK Productions LLC,
Yes.
business account, EIN, also the
NAICS.
yes,
Yeah.
that
We had a lot of conversations about that.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. So if anyone is interested in learning about that and learning how I set that up and how I had Jose help me, but
We're gonna talk about a lot of structure. I mean, I haven't showed you yet, but I have a few different episode ideas here going forward. So I've got one for structure.
Yeah.
I've got one for basics of business credit, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And I really kind of just want to touch on the kind of like the basics for a lot of this for now. But as time goes on, I definitely want to push more towards advanced stuff and really get people to understand what it actually means. You know, there's a lot of guys that talk about LLCs. They don't talk about how important an NAICS code is, though.
Yep.
They don't talk about how much the banks care about those kind of things.
And how when you show up with your LLC and EIN, then the banker or the guy behind or woman behind the counter asks you, what do you do? That's when you give them that number.
Yep. And if you don't, they'll place you. And if they place you, all your paperwork is fried at that point.
And if you look at the list of what they go off of,
they're going to put you in a bad spot.
Things can get a little weird.
It's crazy how easy it is to mess this kind of stuff up. And it's so easy to do it right. And that's what's crazy about it, is that so many people are scared.
Yeah, like setting up
It's not scary. It's not scary.
A phone conversation with you.
Literally.
Hopped onto my screen, and I think you did the clicking for me or something.
If you create an LLC and you live at home and you work at home, you know, your work address is your home address. The paperwork is literally, who are you? What's the name of your business? Who are you? Where do you live? 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 Send.
That's exactly how it went.
Drop the cash, run it. Yep. That's how it is in Texas anyway. I can't speak on other states, but I'm sure it's the same.
Yeah.
I can't see a corporate structure or a business structure being different per state. I'm sure the questions may be worded differently, but at the end of the day, it's all the same.
Yeah. So extending, I'm not saying I have a bunch of knowledge, but I have a little bit of experience. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me, ask Jose. Jose knows more.
Drop them questions.
Yes.
And I push that. I push that to everyone. If you're my friend on social media, if I know you in real life, if I know you for any way, form, or fashion, if I meet you at a bar, if I meet you at a Walmart, whatever the case may be, if you want to talk about business, I will drop knowledge on you like you will not believe. Just ask. Just ask. Don't think it's stupid. Don't think it's dumb. Just ask.
Yeah. So with that being said, we have come to the end of episode 2. Is there anything that you want to add? Any news? Any updates? Anything?
The way you're saying that makes it sound like I was supposed to remember to say something.
No.
Okay, cool. Because
I was just hoping.
Good. All right, cool. No, I got nothing. I got nothing. I feel like we've said enough. I feel like we've said what to expect going forward.
Yeah.
There will be more. There is more. Blase.
Yes.
Yeah, we're running. And we're going to try to get this on a more regular schedule. Right now, we're kind of just aiming for when we have time. If you didn't catch on by now, or if you didn't hear from the last episode, or if we haven't touched on it enough, I'm not sure. This space is rented. We're renting this space out.
Yes.
And I just lost my train of thought.
So
I looked at that picture and just
from
gone.
like here that way.
Yeah.
All of our equipment.
Yeah.
From here this way.
These cameras and all that. This is all us.
Yes.
But this here,
the lights in the background.
this is rented.
Rented equipment.
Yeah.
Great equipment. rented.
Amazing.
This room is rented. And so that is a small drawback, but we do enjoy doing this as much as we possibly can. I'm busy, you're busy, and the information that we have, we would like to share with
the world, America,
with folks, with friends.
I gotta stop saying America because, like, what if we have people?
America.
What if we have people from other countries that check us out? You know, I don't want them to feel left out. You know,
you, the world.
Yeah, you, the world. You, the world.
So with that,
word,
thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching right now, be sure to go listen. And then if you're listening now,
I'm working on getting the audio up. I just finished the previous episode as of yesterday.
Yeah.
Or last night. Actually, we still gotta do that one thing for that one.
Oh, you gotta do the outro.
Yeah, we could probably do that here while we're still here.
That one died.
All right, he's out. But boom, America, we in there. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and it's gonna be great. And yeah, thanks for listening again. If this is your second time, if this is your first time, thanks for listening.
Yeah, I feel like this one would. Not only did we look good like we always do,
of course,
we felt more comfortable here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this was a good one.
I wish it wasn't raining as hard because I don't know how much of that's going to transfer over, but whatever.
Nothing we can do now.
We'll find out. It is what it is.
Yeah. See ya.
Okay, bye.
The end.